kids' toys driving you insane, causing more stress and anxiety than it's even worth? Well, in today's video, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you should go minimalist or minimalist-ish with your kids' toys. And number 3 is excellent, so be sure to stay tuned. Hey, what's up, friend? Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I'm Heather and I'm out here just trying to keep it together. I am a certified anxiety coach and hypnotherapist. Here on this channel, I inspire moms to live a well-balanced, creative, stress-free lives so they can be their whole authentic selves, all while raising amazing humans. So if you're looking to bring more wellness into your life, be sure to hit that subscribe button so that we can all keep it together. Now let's get into it. Now, the number 1 reason that you should go minimalist or minimalist-ish with your kids' toys is because it really limits their creativity and their development.
No, actually, what I was trying to say here is that it's having a messy room and having too many toys that limits their creativity, not minimalism.
I don't know how old you are, but think back to when you were a kid. I mean, when I was a kid, my parents couldn't afford a bunch of toys, and I was really creative, so I would often just find scraps of paper and fabric and do all sorts of arts and crafts, and I loved being outside. I could be outside all day, and I grew up in Seattle where it rains all the frickin' time. Now, a study from the University of Toledo in Ohio found that when they put a group of toddlers together with fewer toys versus their peers that had more toys, the kids with fewer toys were able to play more creatively and for longer periods of time, resulting in better cognitive development. So I think the results are in that when it comes down to it, there's too many distractions in our world today, and we're really doing a disservice to our kid by cluttering up their spaces and kind of giving them as many distractions as possible. It's good for our kids to be bored. It's important for them to use their own problem-solving skills to create a space for themselves. So if you've been feeling guilty at all about maybe getting rid of some of your kids' toys or asking grandparents and family members to stop buying so many goddamn toys, just remind them it's for their education and their development as young children. Number 2, it's a waste of your time. Here on this channel, I want to talk all about our well-being and reducing our stress and anxiety. And it's a waste of your time to be spending multiple times a day cleaning up after other people. And we really want to work on creating a space for our kids so that they can be independent people that can clean up after themselves, right? Now I know that you might be saying, well, it only takes like 10 minutes to clean up, but 10 minutes 10 times a day, I mean, that's gonna make you kind of insane, right? Maybe us as mothers have just adapted to the fact that that's the narrative, that this is just a part of motherhood, is just picking up toys and cleaning up and serving our families. I mean, I love being a mom and I'm a stay-at-home mom. I love feeding my family. There's certain aspects of motherhood that I really enjoy, but cleaning up clutter all the time really makes me grumpy. So I tried to think about what is a much better way to spend time than cleaning up after our kids. Well, that is to get our kids involved. I was really thinking about this one a lot because I often feel like my little one is asking me to play with her and do stuff with her, and I'm saying, I'm busy, I have to clean up, I have to start dinner, and da-da-da-da-da. And that's why I think there are so many better ways that we can have face-to-face time with our kids. In fact, a study done in January of 2020 found that out of 1,000 British families, they spent an average of 5 hours of face-to-face time in a single week. So maybe instead of sending our kid off to hopefully entertain themselves with the millions of toys in their bedrooms, we can include them into our lives and show them how to garden and make smoothies and clean. I love that little Melissa and Doug set that you can get on Amazon. My daughter has one of those and she loves helping me sweep. She likes to do stuff with me, which is great because now she's learning life skills that she can carry with her for the rest of her life. I'm sure if you're anything like me, your kid had a room full of toys, she pulled them all out, and it was just a huge mess at the end of the day. It was stressing me out, it was a waste of my time, and all I really wanted to do was bond and spend more time with her. So we've been spending more time outside and doing practical life skill stuff, which she thoroughly enjoys. Now here's number 3, and I love this one because on this channel I really want to promote well-being for everyone. And to be honest, having too many toys is stressing your kids out on top of stressing you out. I don't know what it was like for you as a kid, but I definitely remember even not having a lot of toys that I was overwhelmed with the idea of cleaning my room. I mean, don't you ever wish you could just tell your kid to go clean their toys up and they would just do it without complaining or whining or anything? Well, the reason that they're complaining and whining is just because they really don't know what to do. They're so overwhelmed. There's not a place for everything. Let's take a Montessori classroom, for example. If you've ever had the privilege to observe a Montessori classroom, you'll see that it's a quiet, play-based environment, that everything is neat and orderly, and kids actually put their stuff away. And here's why. Kids are taught that everything has its place, and they are expected to put that thing back as soon as they're done with it. And Montessori teachers know that timing is everything. Waiting for a good opportunity to see that there is a stopping point for your child rather than interrupting them in the middle of concentration is key. That way that they can have a nice, easy transition into the next activity. So when you see that your kid is working on a pile of Legos and you see that they're at a completion or a good stopping point, we can say, all right, let's go ahead and clean up so that we can then go have lunch. And then just gently explaining that, well, we can't go have lunch until we clean up our mess here, and showing them where that goes. And eventually they really catch on. And of course, the less toys that they have, the easier it is for them to visually understand where everything goes. And this doesn't have to be perfect. It certainly isn't a perfect Montessori room in my daughter's room, but we can use it as inspiration to keep it clean and simple for their sake. Now, with Montessori, each toy does have an intention behind it. It's useful in some way for creativity or learning or both. And this isn't always necessary. We don't need to have one of these bougie, minimalist, perfectly clean rooms for our kids. But really it's about looking at what your kid is actually engaging with for longer periods of time. They do really well with toys like blocks and Legos and coloring and art supplies, whereas loud blingy toys that make noise just don't seem to keep their attention for very long. There isn't anything for them to study or figure out if it's easy. So maybe those are the toys that should be donated. In the long run, reducing the amount of toys that your children has reduces the amount of stress in your life and their life. It makes everyone happier. So I encourage you to give this an attempt and just do your best with it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, you can look at my daughter's room here. You can see that we have kept a decent number of items that she likes to play with, and even then I can see that there are many things that she still doesn't really engage with for very long, and they will probably make their way to the donation pile soon enough. And we can slowly begin working on this bit by bit. But it's nice to get in there and do a major overhaul of all the junk and crap, and to really make the sounding horn to the family about your intentions for your child and their development. Alright friends, I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I really would love to hear back from you. So comment below if you decided to minimalize or minimalist-ish your kids' room. And be sure to hit subscribe and that notification bell so that you don't miss next week's video. Alright, love you much and be well.